Dr. Gokhale could not make it, as Mr. Padia said, because of his indifferent health, and he wrote a letter and desired that I should read his lecture script. The title he has given is Memories at CSIR CSM CRI 1964 to 1999, S.D. Gokhale from Nagpur. At the onset, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to talk about my association with CSIR CSM CRI, the institute which has always remained associated with my heart. I joined the institute in March 1964 and left it in the end of October 1999, which amounts to a period of 35 years and 8 months, which an engineer in his calculation will always put it to 36 years, which then approximates to 60% of the existence of CSM CRI today. I will not be assured take that much of allotted time. I will confine myself to a brief of my association with heads of institutes, important visitors from CSI, and many certain views on the performance of the institute. The famous Dandi March was started by late Mahatma Gandhi on 6th April 1930. This institute was inaugurated by Prime Minister and President CSIR, late Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on 10th April 1954 with the name of Central Salt Research Institute, CSRI. Its name was changed to CSM CRI around 1960. When I joined, late Dr. D.S. Datar was the director. He was a simple man both in life and thinking, with lot of sympathy for the staff. In my opinion, he made the institute a multidisciplinary one, but for any initiation of new activity, he had to struggle hard to convince decision-making authorities how it fell in the charter of the institute. By the time I had joined the institute, it had achieved good success in developing process for recovery of magnesium chemicals. Then cultivation of jojoba and algae started. Work on marine algae was taken up as the salt producers from Sambar area in Rajasthan reported that the salt harvest was reddish in color due to red algae present in the brine. This was the starting point, and now the work on marine algae is a prominent activity. A few years earlier to March 1964, work on seawater agriculture was started. Dr. Datar explained that emphasis was on the use of seawater, a basic raw material for the salt industry, and coastal sandy soil. This activity was later named as seawater agriculture and finally phytosalinity. In 1964, Dr. Datar got approval for initiation of work on desalination, first solar, stating that salt is recovered by evaporation using solar energy of seawater, having water vapors with under desalination activity will be received as byproduct of salt industry. In 65 to 66, work on electrodialysis was started, and in 1968 on reverse osmosis. During Dr. Datar's time, a number of processes using bitum and seaweed as raw material were released at very low price as a premium. He largely promoted culture of improvement in qualification by making staff to work for PhD, and many scientists who had joined in early 60s or late 50s were the beneficiaries. During Dr. D.J. Mehta's period, bromine technology was successfully released and it improved the image of the institute to some extent. He promoted work on reverse osmosis. The institute got slowly transferred from its old infrastructure and style of working into modernization during the tenure of Professor Amin Takfi Khan as director. Work on newer branches of chemistry, catalysis, etc. was initiated. A good modern instrumentation facility was established in the institute. Professor P. Natarajan continued with the existing R&D activities. During his period, Silicate Group was doing well to help the small-scale industry, and the process on detergent-grade zeolite A was released for the highest premium in CSIR to NALCO by Professor Natarajan. My association with Dr. P.K. Ghosh was for a short period, but what he has done for CSIR, CSM, CRI over the last 15 years or so is known to you all. He has made CSM, CRI a vibrant institute in all aspects. I congratulate him. Many amongst you may be aware that India's first offshore oil drilling platform was constructed by ONGC at Aliabet near Goga. Late Indira Gandhi came for its inauguration at Bhavnagar, and the entire program was arranged in CSM CRI. Was the scientists of CSM CRI along with director were invited by ONGC. Thus, the visit of Prime Minister and President CSIR to CSM CRI was unofficial. After some time, Dr. Datar called me and told me that Madam has expressed desire to see the work on desalination in the institute. Myself and Dr. Anil A.S. Kane rushed and opened the shades of RO and ED. A brief rapid round. Next Prime Minister and President CSIR to visit CSM CRI was late Morarji Bhai Desai. We remembered his visit for two things. He insisted on all the scientists to explain their work in Gujarati. In marine algae discipline, scientists explained their work for drug from seaweeds. He suddenly asked if they are aware about the self-generated drug by man. Sri Sivraj Patil and Professor Nurul Hussain, both Ministers of Science and Technology and Vice President CSIR, visited institute during the tenure of Professor M.M. Patti Khan as director.
You are not mentioned economic argument.
First Director General to visit CSM CRI during my association was Professor Hussain Zahi. Next was Professor Atmaram. During his visit, Sri Ganpute of Parshuram Potteries, Morvi, was present as he studied together with Dr. Atmaram, who was a true Gandhian and simple man. He asked Dr. Datar to immediately remove the air conditioning machine from his chamber. Next DG to visit was Professor Y. Nayatuma during Dr. D.J. Mehta's period. He was to visit the pilot plants in the salt farm coming directly from the airport in the morning. So all the concerned scientific and technical staff, workshop staff also were in the salt farm since early morning. Bromine team was there since night. When the vehicles were hardly 5 to 10 minutes away from the main shed having 150 kg per day bromine unit, the fuse went off and power supply was stopped. Half the shed was filled up with the bromine vapors. We took emergency and safety measures, but we were worried if all of them came first to the shed. Fortunately, the vehicle went to saltworks and the electricians present restored the power supply. By the time DG and others came to shed, bromine plant was hale and hearty. Professor MGK Menon, Dr. Varadarajan, Dr. Sidhu, all Director Generals who visited during Professor Patti Khan's tenure. Dr. R.M. Maselkar visited Professor P. Natarajan as a when Professor P. Natarajan was director. On that very day, the news about FRS awarded to Dr. Maselkar came, and CSM CRI became the first CSR institute to felicitate him. It will now present a few success stories and setbacks for CSIR, CSM, CRI during 64 to 1999. First, about the setbacks and shortcomings. Its location and work on low value product was and is a disadvantage. When was initiated on marine chemicals, CSM CRI developed processes for preparation of magnesium compounds. Salt as the basic raw material processes were developed for recovery of potash. HCl and potassium shonite processes based on flotation. A pilot plant for potash was set up at Kandla in 1963 and it met number of problems. Though a few batches gave desired result, it was on a whole a failure and brought a setback to the institute. A few years later, potassium sonite pilot plant was set up in Tamil Nadu and it proved to be successful. However, unit was shortly closed down for want of raw material mixed salt. In my opinion, choice of mixed salt as basic raw material was wrong for potash production. Against this backdrop, following were some of the success stories during 1964 to 1999 with limited commercialization of know-how developed. 1. Recovery of bromine from bitum and industrial effluent. Development of indigenous membranes and modules, STAT, etc. for both membrane processes of ED and RO. 3. Development of processes and consultancy services for small-scale chemical industries. 4. Cultivation of seaweeds. 5. Transfer of technologies abroad and training of personnel. 6. Installation of desalination plants in all corners of the country to provide safe drinking water to communities facing hardships in difficult situations. I am sorry that due to my health problem, I am not making this presentation in person. In similar address at the time of Golden Jubilee of CSIR, CSM, CRI, I had expressed my desire to see Institute succeeds in commercialization of RO technology and producing potash indigenously. I understand that this has been achieved through persuasion of Dr. Ghosh and efforts put in by concerned teams of scientists. I congratulate them. I understand further that there are many success stories to talk about between 2004 to 2014. In case of filing patents, CSM CRI is among the top few of CSIR labs. I am happy to know about all these achievements and at the time of Diamond Jubilee, I take this opportunity in congratulating the dynamic Dr. Ghosh and his team of sincere, hardworking and intelligent scientists. I wish many more laurels and success for CSIR, CSM, CRI in coming years. Thank you.